This is UMAR Ahmed for IFL TV in association with MTK Global. I'm in Brighton today at Chris EUBANK Jr.'s gym. I'm joined by his trainer, Nate VASQUEZ. How you doing, mate?
Good.
Yeah? I know Coogan spoke to you a couple of days ago when he was down here at the gym, but there's just a couple of things I want to ask you that he didn't. Obviously, DeGALE, Team DeGALE, they're basing their chances on being elusive, moving, staying off the ropes. In terms of Chris's sparring, he's obviously sparred Dennis and Cody Davis. Do you think that work has been sort of good prep for DeGale's tactics?
Yes. I know DeGale's going to try staying off the ropes, and he's going to try moving a lot. I mean, that's just what DeGale does. He's a great boxer. I mean, you can't take that away from him. He's got good spins. He moves excellent. You know, he boxes excellent. He's got a good jab, but you know, you can't run the whole 12 rounds. So at some point, you're going to have to sit there and you're going to have to exchange in the middle of the ring or on the ropes. And James has, you know, periods where he'll sit on the ropes. So
okay, that's DeGale's obviously hopes, and that's what they're basing their game plan on. In terms of yourself and Chris, I think a lot's been made the fact that people are saying that DeGale might fade down the stretch. Chris can outwork him late. Is that what you're basing your chances as well on?
No, not at all. Chris can't lose them early rounds. The early rounds are most important. You never want to play catch up in a fight. So it's, you know, if his game plans to go out there and box and run around, well then it's going to fit into our game plan right away. So.
Okay, yeah, obviously you mentioned the first few rounds there. You believe that Chris is going to be fresher, more hungry in them first few rounds?
Yeah, I think you're just going to see a different Chris this fight. He'll be a different fighter, totally different fighter than the last couple fights against who was that? Groves, yeah, and way different fighter.
Even the JJ McDonough fight?
Yeah, JJ McDonough, we probably had about a month worth of work, and he didn't know if he was fighting JJ McDonough, so didn't even really train for that fight. I mean, it was off and on training because he didn't know if he was going to fight or not. And then I think he flew over here maybe a week before then. So, but yeah, I trained him up in there, and we worked on a lot of stuff. But like I said, he didn't know he was going to fight, and his defense was a lot better in that fight. So.
Do you believe if you were in Manchester on the George Grove night that I'm not saying EUBANK would have won, but it would have been a completely different performance from Chris?
You never know. You leave it up to the fighter. You know, you train them in the gym to do what they want. You know, they're supposed to do in the ring. You know, you train them, and they take your knowledge and put it in the ring. And if they go out there and don't listen, then there's not much you can do. You can come back into the corner every minute and tell them to keep doing stuff, you know, but obviously it's hard if they're not going to listen.
Do you believe Chris will listen to you on the mic?
Yes, I believe he will. The camp right now we've been in, he's been listening to everything I've been saying in the corner of this ring.
Okay. I spoke to DeGale's trainer yesterday, Jim McDonald, and he said that regardless of the fact that Chris got a trainer now, it's going to add more confusion because you've only been with each other for a short while. How much can you improve in that sort of space? How do you respond to that?
How long was Kovalev with Buddy McGirt recently? Not long. Big change in Kovalev, huh?
The Alvarez fight.
Yeah, this is a recent fight. It's a big change. I mean, he was throwing combos, he was boxing, he was doing great. His jab, his defense was 10 times better. So it's a big change, you know. It's just up to them if they go in and listen. Like Kovalev, he went in and listened, did what they trained to do in the gym, and you've seen the outcome of that. He got his belt back.
Now, I mentioned about Dennis and Cody Davis, the work they've been doing with Chris. How's Cody looking firstly?
Cody is big, super middleweight. Yeah. Just huge, great fighter. He'll end up being a champion here down the line. Unfortunately, he had some family issues, and wish the best to him. I wish he could have came down more, but it didn't work out that way. And wish him the best. But he's a great fighter. And him and Dennis, I mean, with them two sparring, I mean, the rounds are in the bag.
Okay. Lastly, what makes you believe that Chris will be successful next Saturday?
His will to win, and as a team, you know, I believe him. I believe that you know, he puts everything together that we trained with. He can win easily.
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 Do you think he can stop DeGale late as well?
Possibly. You know, possibly. If DeGale fades in the later rounds, and you know, his injuries start to bother him, his Achilles and stuff like that, his ankle problems, and you can't move, it'll be a rough night for him.
Okay, Nate Vasquez, thank you very much on IFL TV. I'm sure we'll catch up soon. Actually, I have to ask Dennis this as well lastly. Have you had fish and chips in Brighton yet?
I have.
How did you find it? Really?
Yeah.
Do you get it in America?
Not really.
No?
I eat a lot of cod or
Okay.
and you know, cod and you guys chips or fries. So the cod, I'd say the cod. I like the cod, but here I haven't had one that's good yet. It's just, I don't know if it's the place I ordered it from, but no, the food in the UK. If you're coming over, bring your own food.
On that note, we'll end it there. Thank you very much, Nate.